So I'm Sam, and welcome to the Tech Lab. We're in a bit of a rebrand at the moment. And this little thing here is the XGIMI MoGo 4. It's a really neat little portable LED projector that I'm really excited about. Now I've tested this in my bedroom, in my kitchen, even on the toilet. Don't judge me. It has loads of cool features. In this video, I'm going to break it all down and hopefully help you decide whether it's worth buying. So this thing looks like a little portable speaker or like some sort of like flask type thing. It's small, solid, and weighs just over 1 kilogram. To open it, you just lift it up like so, and then voila, you have a projector. And it can literally do like a full 360-degree spin, and you can position it wherever you want. You also have a little screwed button at the bottom, so you can stick that on a tripod or something along those lines. Now it looks great, and the build quality, the same with every single XGIMI product, is just really top notch. There's even a little carry strap on the side that has this little mini remote attached to it, but there's also a remote with more functionality like shortcuts and stuff in the box. Now I've tested this on the 100-inch drop down screen that I have in my living room, and this could go as big as 200 inches. But I've made sure not just to test this in those conditions, because ultimately this is far more portable than that. On my bedroom ceiling while I'm lying down in bed. I tried it sat on the toilet, and even in my garden. This thing truly can go anywhere. All you have to do is place it down and facing any surface, and it will automatically keystone and automatically focus to make sure you have a good screen. On top of that, the MoGo 4, this model above the last one, actually has a 20,000 milliamp battery inside it, which means you can get about 2.5 hours worth of playback without having the thing plugged in. You can double that battery life if you get XGIMI's battery powered stand that clips onto this really easily. I don't have that at the moment. If you have that, I mean, you're very, very lucky, and you can do that with absolute ease. Honestly, what I love about projectors like this is just how easy they are. This is truly just point and play. You don't have to faff around to get the picture right or anything like that. You just go. Now the focus isn't always spot on, and as great as the keystoning is, sometimes you do have to make manual adjustments to get it perfect. Luckily with this, you can do that really easy. Just with one press on the remote, you can easily make those minor tweaks. Sound quality is very good. I mean, the speakers are by Harman and Kardon, so I'm not necessarily massively surprised there. So they're really sort of top end, high quality sounding speakers.
It definitely grows on you. Okay. But on the second one, it's like 10 times better. Honest.
But just that low end, it feels like it needs some sort of sub on it, because it's just missing that. It just feels slightly empty when you sort of kick the volume up and you're trying to have a cinematic experience. That's not necessarily the end of the world, because you can pair this to other sound systems. For example, if you have a sound system that supports Bluetooth, you can connect it to a Bluetooth speaker. It even also, on the HDMI port on the side, that's actually also an ARC audio return channel. So you can plug this in via HDMI to a soundbar or a sound system, and you get really decent, crisp, amazing volume. I tested it out on my soundbar, and I've got to be honest, very surprised at how just easy it was to do, and it sounded fantastic. Now what is good as well, speaking about sound, if you fold this up and switch it down like so, like I said earlier, it actually becomes a Bluetooth speaker. You get this little customizable ambient light, so you can have it switching through colors, or you can have it just set to one solid color. And like I said, the sound is pretty good, so you can have sound playing through that, and you can take it wherever you want. That then also increases the battery life in this mode, because you're not obviously powering the screen, and you can get over 6 hours worth of Bluetooth audio playback, which is really good. Again, speaking about sound and noise, is there fan noise? Well, the thing is actually currently running, and the fan is running at the moment. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very quiet, I've got to be honest. When it comes to decibels, it's 28 decibels. Very, very, very low. And when you're watching anything, you're not going to be able to hear it at all. You might very clearly make it out if you're sat sort of this close to it. You might be able to hear the fan noise. But genuinely, fan noise I don't think is a problem with this. So we are skirting around the edges a little bit. Let's look at the display, because I think the display is where projectors live and die. The MoGo 4 LED, which is this model, there is a laser model which we'll briefly touch on at the moment. I don't have that, so we're focusing on the LED model right now. It's 1080p, which I would say for a projector is sort of the minimum you want. You wouldn't want any less than 1080p. I would love to have seen it in 4K. The throw ratio is 1.2 to 1. So for a 120-inch screen, you're going to be just over 3 meters away. Now, this does support HDR. It's HDR 10 in the native apps. If you're connecting via HDMI, then it is just normal HDR. And this will give a color profile that is about 90% of DCI-P3. Now, for laymen, if you don't understand what that means, it means the colors are okay. In reality, it's let down a little bit by the brightness. So if you have the laser version does get slightly brighter, and it has slightly better colors. So if you're wanting to get a more accurate picture, then that's probably the way to go. I would say this is not the brightest in the world, so if you're going to be wanting to use it as a sort of cinema type projector, you got to be aware that it's going to suffer if you're in a bright room. So you're not going to get the best colors and the best picture from it during the daytime. It's about 450 ISO lumens of brightness, so that is okay. Obviously, the bigger you make your screens, if you go up to 120, 200, if you go up to 200 inches, it's going to seem quite dim in comparison to if you bring it right back down and have it very close in a smaller screen. Bear in mind that this is a portable projector. I'm actually massively impressed with the display. I don't think you can expect something like this to be a cinema grade projector. That's just not the intended purpose for this. It can do those things and you can use it like that. However, in reality, this is a point and play. Let's just get something somewhere around the house with the maximum amount of flexibility as possible. Now, gaming on this thing, I think that's surprisingly good, I have to say. With something like this where there's digital keystoning involved, you do expect there to be some input lag. I was using this at quite a large angle on my 100-inch display. Crazy angle, like sort of almost probably about 40 degrees from the screen. So the keystoning was obviously on, and I was playing Mario Kart, I was playing Fortnite, and those are two games where you probably notice input lag differently. So on Mario Kart, I found that I didn't even notice the input lag, I have to say. In those type of games where you're sort of controlling something and you can see what's coming up ahead of you, your reaction times aren't as important, I don't think. So the input lag wasn't a major issue with that. However, when you're playing a first-person shooter, for example, I was playing Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch 2, on this, at that point I was like, okay, this isn't the ideal gaming experience, but for a projector, especially this is being the LED one, which has a slightly worse input lag, this was actually surprisingly good. And I think most people who play, obviously I've done a lot of testing of consoles and screens and displays, so I do know what I'm talking about. No, so I do have experience of what good and bad is. This is good. It's not bad at all. I think most people wouldn't actually notice the input lag. I think if you're just wanting really high-end premium gaming, then that's where this sort of would start of an issue. It doesn't have any sort of VRR or anything like that. It's just very, very basic in terms of a display. But the most important thing I think for most people is the input lag with projectors, because that tends to be the biggest problem that people have, and this is really, really good. The projector runs Google TV, which is great. Probably Google TV is one of my favorite TV operating systems that you can get. It's much better than a lot of the other things on the market, and I'm so glad they've gone for Google TV rather than Android TV. Because of that, it's certified for things like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. All of those things run on this, and they're pre-installed natively run apps. So gone are the days where you have certain apps that you install on this thing and it just doesn't work. That isn't the case anymore. It all works on the MoGo 4. Mwah, lovely. And because it's Google TV, you also have things like Chromecast support and all of that stuff. It's Wi-Fi 5, you've got Bluetooth 5.1. Now, ports-wise, it is a bit limited. So you have a USB-C port for charging, and then when you put this into projector mode, it unveils your ports. So you have two ports there, a USB-A port and a HDMI port. Now the HDMI port is 2.0, which is all you really need for this little portable projector. And you can use the USB-A port for a USB stick if you have movies or certain things that you want to watch on this. So for example, if you're taking this out somewhere out and about where you're not going to have any Wi-Fi signal, maybe you're going camping and you're going to shoot it onto the side of your tent. If you're going to do that, you're going to want to take something like that, a USB stick that you can stick in and run your movies off of that. Now let's talk about something slightly different on this projector that I think is really cool. My kids absolutely love it, but it's something I've never seen it on a projector before, and that is these things. So XGIMI sent me this projector to review. They've not paid me or anything. This is a completely impartial review. They also sent with it these. Well, this one comes in the box with the MoGo 4 LED, and you can get these ones separately, or I think if you get the laser, it comes with the laser one. citations needed on that one. You might be thinking, what on earth are these, Sam? And I would understand why you might think that. Essentially what these do is they sort of create different ambient modes, different sort of effects that you can pull off with your projector. And what you do is you stick the magnetic filters on, and when you have magnetic filters on, they can make these amazing different things and ambient things in your room. Other than the sunset filter, which is that one, you also have a lunar filter, which just fires a picture of the moon up on something, and you can switch between different phases. You also have a ripple ambient mode and a sort of dreamscape colourful one. They're really, really nice, and I think they can be used for a bunch of different reasons. Each filter has different modes, and you can switch between them either with the remote or by swiping at the front of the projector. I just stuck this pointing at my kids' ceiling while they were trying to fall asleep, and they could sort of watch the patterns sort of dance around on the ceiling as they gently drift off with the nice music. Genuinely, I really like this feature. I think it's really clever, really different and really new, and it just uses the projector in a completely different way that I would not have expected. Honestly, I'm massively impressed with this projector. It's super simple, super easy to use, and if you need a display in a pinch, it works fantastically well. No, what could be better? Because this is a proper review. We're going to really talk about this. What could be better with this MoGo 4? I think the thing that bothers me most, honestly, I would say the only thing that I think could be a lot better is the brightness. 450 ISO lumens is not amazing, I'll be honest. It's okay for a portable projector, and in a pinch, like I said, it's alright. But if they made this 650, maybe even 700 ISO lumens, that would make such a massive difference to this. I know that there's obviously reasons for that not being the case, but that would have just, I think, lifted this to another level. It's just slightly too dim that you can't really enjoy high-end cinema with it, and you just think, oh, it's a bit dim. So for example, when I had it stretched over 100 inches and we were playing Mario Kart, it worked absolutely fine. Not a problem at all with it. But I can imagine, unless you're in a pitch black room, dark scenes are going to be really hard to see with this. If you're watching a movie that has a lot of shadows and you're looking for shadow detail, you're going to lose a lot with this because it's just not quite bright enough to increase that contrast enough. Personally, if that's what you're wanting more of a cinema projector with the higher contrast and the slightly more accurate colors, I probably would go for the laser version of this projector, the MoGo 4 laser, over this one, the LED. It is a bit more expensive. So the MoGo 4 sells here in the UK at £499, which honestly for this, I think that's massively reasonable. You get a certified Google TV projector, it's ridiculously flexible, the battery life is good, the picture quality is pretty good, it's just the brightness isn't the best. I think that's really reasonable for something with this level of flexibility, the battery life, the fact that you can just sort of point and play. I'm massively impressed with that. If you want a fun portable projector for your kid's bedroom, for camping, casual movie nights, it's brilliant. Now if you're really wanting some serious high-end gaming, or you're wanting something that has a sort of high-end cinema experience, then I wouldn't expect that from this. This is a portable projector and it's designed not for that, but for the flexibility. Honestly, I've had a blast using it. I love these little filters. I think they're really, really cool. I think the projector is really fun. It's been so easy just to point it and start using it wherever I want to. Now, if you want to check the live prices or grab one of these, I'll put a link in the description below, and drop me a comment. What do you think about the XGIMI MoGo 4? If you found this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to me here at the Tech Lab for more honest reviews. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Woo!